Hello, today I wanted to do a video different from what I normally do. I wanted to show you what's inside the Mombies emergency kit, and this is the complete kit that I bought from their website. Very briefly, I have been trying to get together like an emergency kit for my husband and myself and our dogs, as well as the next step would be a survival kit, but that's going to be something we have to build over time because it's expensive. So over time I've tried to put one together. I have a couple of them sort of going, but one of my projects I wanted to do while I was off was to like get a complete solid emergency kit, because we live where there are earthquakes and they can happen at any time, and you have to at least be ready to be on your own for 72 hours, but probably realistically where we live longer than that. Anyway, so I was looking for something online because putting one together yourself is great, but it takes time to do research, and I'm the type of person I will research everything to the end and have a hard time making a decision about it anyway. And so I wanted something that was like, that I felt was a decent quality but not like super over the top, because I know that when I've looked, there are like kits that look like they're just totally cheap, and that's what had started our emergency kit. Was I bought like a couple of these really cheap kits that served as a basis, but so I either see like the cheap stuff, which is not cheap in price, just in quality, or I see stuff that is like so expensive I can't afford it and it's like really over the top. So I found this, and this company was created by a woman who was kind of in the same boat that I was in, and so she created something that was kind of designed for women, but I mean a man can easily use it. My husband put this backpack on last night. He's like, oh yeah, I could carry this for days and then some. And I said, great, because you might have to. But I could also carry this. My husband is a big, strong guy. He's like 6 feet tall, and I'm a lot shorter and smaller than he is, and it fit very comfortably on my body. And even though it's heavy to carry in your hand, it's not that heavy on your back. So I wanted to show you what's in it. Obviously I have opened it up and I have a really hard time putting it back together. I'm gonna have to work on that, and I went through it last night and actually did an unboxing and opening it for the first time, but it got so dark in my video and there were so many like little problems with dogs running around and stuff that I just knew I had to redo it in the light. So I'm going to, and now I have a better surface that you can see everything on. So I'm going to show you what the backpack is like once I have unpacked it all. And I'm going to unpack everything and lay it out on my table and show you what that looks like. So I'm going to put you down and move the backpack. This is in no particular order, and I will show you a couple of the things I've already added to it to augment the kit. And we've already ordered a few other things that I'll talk about as well. So one of the first things is this meal kit, and it's by Light My Fire, and basically it has two plates, so the lid serves as a plate and the base serves as a plate. Inside you have a cutting board and a colander, one spoon and serrated fork, and I will have links below to everything. I'll have links in the description box below to everything. This is a non-spillable cup, so you can see there would be the mouth. This is also a bowl if you pop the lid off. You have now a bowl, and inside that bowl is a sealed bowl that is an actual measuring cup, and you can see how it's marked off where you couldn't see that last night. And then you have a very teeny tiny can opener. So you have a complete meal kit right here for 2 people. I'll have to put that away later. I know this is going to have to be in multiple parts. The one I made last night was like, oh, it was insane. Okay, so the next thing that she gives you in a sealed plastic bag, or a sealed Ziploc bag, is a full roll of toilet paper. You also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 400 calorie energy bars. They're cherry, New Millennium cherry. This is supposed to be enough for 2 people to survive for 3 days. Then in a sealed bag, you get a pad of paper, a permanent marker, universal permanent marker, a pencil by Papermate, and a universal ballpoint pen. And all of this stuff did fit in here. She's just, you know, got a lot of practice doing it, I'm sure. I just need to practice doing it, but it all fit in there, and it was perfect when I got it, and then, you know, I destroyed it like 3 times over. She gives you a pair of safety glasses, which I think is genius because, and this came in plastic, by the way. I think it's genius because not only do you need them, but they're also tinted, so they serve as sunglasses because you, in an emergency, you may not always have an opportunity to grab your sunglasses, so at least you have a pair. And my eyes, I had eye surgery, and my eyes are like so sensitive to light. It's crazy. So the next thing is a 1/4-inch 50-foot poly rope. And so this kit was $3.99, but I had a coupon code that I will put in the description box below, and that was $99 off. So it was $300, shipping and tax. It was like $340, and I got it in just a few days. So for $340 with everything out the door, I felt like it was a good deal because I hope I never have to use it, but if I do, it was worth it, right? And if it saves me or it helps me in some way at some point in my life, it was worth $340 plus my time for having to put it all together. Now I feel like I have a good basis that I can now build from, and I already have some things that I'm adding to it. Like I said, I'll talk to you about those later. I went through this last night, and my husband was skeptical, but we went ahead and got it, and I said, do you feel like it was worth the money? And he said, you know, some of the stuff I think is kind of cheapy. He said, some of it's really nice. He said, but exactly what I said. If it saves us at some point and it serves us, it was worth the money, and it wasn't so expensive. You know, I've seen some survival kits that are like $500, $600 more, and, you know, so I guess you have to think about what you have available and what you're willing to spend. $340 was not cheap for us, but I now have some level of peace of mind more than I had before, I'll put it that way. So this is a water bottle, and it has a filter built in. I have to look up a little bit more on this water bottle and see if like I could just grab this from a stream and then start drinking or what, but that's my impression, my understanding of it. The next thing is a Swedish fire knife by Light My Fire, and you have choices of colors. I think she has them in like fuchsia and green and blue. I chose red because I thought red would stand out if I was looking for it. And so it has a plastic sheath, and it has a clip for your belt. It has a cord, and when you open it, that's what it looks like. It's a basic knife, and then in the handle, oh my gosh, well, let's not, you know, injure ourselves. Oh, it turns a little bit, so it locks in place. Good to know. This is a flint, so basically you use the blunt end, and you can strike that and create some sparks, and then there are other fire building things in the kit. So that was nice, and it has a rubberized grip. Other things in the kit, she includes 2 emergency blankets, an Aquamira Frontier emergency water filter for 30 gallons, and I looked this up online, and I've seen somebody like stick the straw straight into the Colorado River and drink. Okay, let's see. There are some leather palmed gloves, and okay, so I separated a couple of things out of the kit, and these were 2 of them because I'm going to bring them to a place. I don't know why. She sent an email saying like you need to get a few different kinds of batteries for things, and I was unclear on the flashlight battery, so I'm just going to bring it to Batteries Plus like she suggested, going to Batteries Plus. There's one near where I live. I'm going there anyway to meet a friend for lunch. Not to Batteries Plus, but very close to it, so I'm just going to get something there. But this is, that was a lot of information. Extraneous information, sorry. This is, like a headlamp, right? And so we put some batteries in it last night, and it has 3 different settings. A solid, you know, light, then a blinking one, and then like a strobe light. And it was really bright. It's very dark outside of our house, and it was really bright. And it was kind of awesome because I've never used one, and I mean it's so convenient. I may get another one. This was the flashlight. It's an Ultra Fire Cree Q5. It's LED, and it's supposed to have some sort of a lithium battery, so that's what I'm going to bring to Batteries Plus. And let's see, here is the fire starting kit. You get a 20-hour candle in a can, and the matches are inside the can. You get tinder on a rope, which is to use with your knife, so it has a little bit of instruction there. Basically, you just shave it off, create the spark, and you can light it. My husband said it smelled like turpentine-soaked wood. Waterproof matches, and they're in this little plastic container, and there they are. And you know what's interesting is I took this out last night, and I was twirling that around because this is the striking little patch of strike stuff, the striking paper, and it was glued on there, and it fell off. Oh my gosh, that doesn't bode well. So I will super glue that back on, but that was like this. Sorry if I was out of camera there. She gives you a little package of dryer lint to start a fire, and a 6-inch 12-hour light stick. And this all came in a Ziploc bag, so it was all grouped together already for you. So you have that all together. See, that just fell off again. I don't like that. To fix it. There are, I want to say, 12 pouches of water, and these are meant for a person to drink 2 a day. They're 4.225 ounce bags, and it says use 2 each day emergency drinking water, and it's in this little pouch. In my other emergency kits, I have these boxes of water, and they all 4 of them that I had 2 in each of my cars, they all busted, which was not cool. The 2 that I had in my house were fine, but I'm hoping these pouches will be a little sturdier. Okay, the next thing is a roll of duct tape, and in that she also has some earplugs on a cord, and she gives you a paracord bracelet. I have added a second paracord bracelet. I had a student that made me one years ago, and so I just thought, well, now I know what to do with it. Another thing she has is this little mesh bag, and inside this little mesh bag is a little pot that you could cook in if you needed to, and it has handles that come out like that, and they're covered in, I think, probably silicone, so if you hold it and it gets hot, it's not a big deal. The next thing that's in here is a 5x7 tarp. And the emergency radio. So basically, I was looking online for some information about this, and I'll make this brief, and then this will have to be the end of part 1 going into part 2. So it's solar powered, but it's also crank powered, and it works. I tried it last night. 1 minute of crank is 10 minutes of light, and it's a pretty bright light. It's LED, and it has a blinking feature, solid light, and off. The radio also works. I tuned it into a local FM station, and it worked great. It also does AM, and it has a blink and siren option. It also has a charger here for your phone or for a DC 6-volt outlet. And basically what you're going to do is it comes with these little adapter pieces. You plug one of these adapter pieces into the radio. So you have a little cord, you plug the cord into the radio, then you're going to plug that cord into an adapter piece. So like, let's say you have something that will plug with, charge with a USB, and now you can charge a USB cable to the phone or whatever if you need an extra cable. It also comes with these. I have a Samsung Galaxy S4, and this did not fit in my phone, although it looked like it would, and this adapter. So basically one of the things she suggests you buy is a cable that will attach from USB to your device, and I did that on Amazon, and I can show that later in a video when I get it. So this worked really great, and it holds very easy to hold in the hand, and you can see it's very small, which I like. So this is the end of part 1. I'll be back for part 2 with more.